हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Welcome to video series Learnings from Srimad Bhagavad Gita. These learnings dedicated to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Let's start with prayer. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानांशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्. वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांशं श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तसजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांशम्. हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते. तप्त कांश गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये. वाशाकल्पतरुष कृपा सिन्धुद्वयेव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Before moving to chapter 1, let's understand why one need to read, learn, understand Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Supreme Lord Krishna. Choose me and focus on me. Arjuna chosen Lord Krishna instead of his Narayani Sena. However, before the battle gets started, Arjuna was confused and unable to make decision whether to battle or not. Lord Krishna was with Arjuna. Even then, Arjuna was confused, strayed, and unable to make decision. He was started giving number of reasons and or excuses for not to battle. Then Lord Krishna started giving wisdom to Arjuna, which is known as Bhagavad Gita. He told Arjuna that forget everything and just focus on me. By focusing on me, you would overcome your confusion, stress, and indecision. In our life too, if we want to overcome confusion, stress, indecision, then we must choose Supreme Lord Krishna and just focus on Him. We become Krishna conscious by doing everyday Mahamantra Japa. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So how can we overcome feeling of confusion, stress, indecision? Answer is choose Supreme Lord Krishna and just focus on Him. In today's learning, we will learn Shloka 1 to Shloka 23. Let's start with first Shloka. धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुत्सव मामकः पाण्डवाश्चैव किमकुर्वत संजय. Path to detachment. We all are attached to the material world in many different ways. We are attached in relationships, we are attached in material goods, in feel good factors, Attachment creates expectations, and then we all run behind these expectations to get them fulfilled. If expectations fulfilled, we become happy. But if one fulfilled, we don't stop there. Another expectations is ready, so it is a trap. If expectation doesn't fulfill, we become unhappy, nervous, and this is the reason we feel empty from within. Even we are surrounded by material things. Therefore, attachment is the main culprit for our inner feeling of emptiness. So, what to do? Answer is Krishna consciousness. Increase your attachment in bhakti of Krishna. When you attach to bhakti, you will automatically start detaching from your material world. That is, you will not have to get out or left your duties to the material world, but bhakti of Krishna lead you or help you to decrease your expectations. दृष्ट्वा तु पाण्डवानीकम् व्यूढम् दुर्योधनस्तदा आचार्यमुपसंगम्य राजा वचनं ब्रवीत्. Importance of spirituality. Maharaj Dhritarashtra, as an elder in his family, had all the knowledge, but what he lacks was spiritual wisdom, and therefore he unable to impart that knowledge to his children. Likewise, in our life too, all the elders in family have prime and foremost responsibility to gain spiritual knowledge. When elders in the family walk on a path of spirituality, the next generation would automatically follow the same path. When young generations in the family growing up, what and where they see is how their elders are behaving. They start behaving and correlate their each act with elders in the family. So, what is our responsibility as elders in the family? Answer is start reading and listen scriptures. When elders in the family start walking on a path of spirituality, young generations would automatically follow the same path. Spirituality is not a part which is to be done in latter part of the life, but it is a seed which must sow in very beginning of the life. पश्येतां पाण्डुपुत्राणाम् आचार्यं महती च मुं यूढां द्रुपदपुत्रेण तव शिष्येन धीमता. Good, bad, both resides in us. If you see Duryodhana, every time when he talk, walk, behave, what reflect from his action is his ego. Having a self-pride is different, but unknowingly many times this self-pride turn into ego. This is the point on which we all have to introspect. Both good and bad habits, things, behavior are part of everyone. So what we all have to focus is how we can increase good habits, things, behavior in own self. Remember, if number of bad deeds increase, we become Kaurava, and if number of good deeds increase, we become Pandava. So what is to be done to become Pandava? Answer is increase number of good deeds. Realization of fact that good and bad both resides in us is foremost important. Once we realize this, we can start act on it. Therefore, we have to just increase the number of good deeds in our day-to-day life to become Pandava. अत्र शुरा महेश्वासा भीमार्जुनसमायुधि योधानो विराटस्य द्रुपदस्य महारथ दृष्टकेतु चेकितानः काशीराजस्य वीर्यवान् पुरुजित्कुन्तिभोजस्य शैबस्य नरपुङ्गव युधामनुष्यविक्रान्त उत्तमौजास्य वीर्यवान् सौभद्रद्रौपदेयाश्च सर्व एव महारथ. Importance of friendship and spoiling mind about others. Many of us heard the story of Guru Dronacharya and King Drupada and their friendship. Both of them were good friends in their childhood at Gurukul. Guru Dronacharya always helped King Drupada in his studies at Gurukul. Therefore, Drupada in their childhood promises Drona that when he becomes king, he will give his half kingdom to Drona. However, after passage of time, when Guru Dronacharya was in adverse situation, he went to King Drupada and reminded him about his promise which was given in their childhood. King Drupada not only denied about such kind of promise given, but also refuses to recognize Guru Drona. This situation created anger in Guru Drona's mind, which resulted in end of their friendship. We all also face such kind of situations in our life. Friendship should be pure and should not be based on any kind of give and take. What should we have in any friendship is pure love. So, what we learn from this story, answer is pure love should be there and nothing else. Drushtadumna was son of King Drupada and was a chief commander of Pandav Sena. Duryodhana was very well knew the fact that Dronacharya had hatred in his heart for Drupada and his son Drushtadumna. Therefore, before starting of the battle, Duryodhana went to Guru Dronacharya and started spoiling his mind about King Drupada and his son Drushtadumna and about all his other disciples, so that hatred and anger should remain in Guru Dronacharya's mind. Same way, we also surrounded by such kind of personalities. They are to spoil our mind about others so that they will be benefited from that. Either they have hidden benefits from that or their very nature is like that. So we must keep our eyes and ears open. We must not trust anybody's blindly. So how can we deal with such kind of situation? Answer is don't trust anybody blindly. Keep your eyes and ears open. अस्माकं तु विशिष्टा ये तानि बोधद्विजोत्तम नायका मम सैन्यस्य संज्ञार्थ तान्वभिमते भवान् भीष्मश्च कर्णश्च कृपश्च समितिञ्जय अश्वत्थामा विकर्णश्च सौमदिस्तथैवैच. How can we get closer to Krishna? If we want to get closer to Supreme Lord Krishna, first we have to get detach ourselves from this material world. That is not mean we have to run away from our duties or responsibilities. While performing the same, we have to keep in our mind that we are serving to Lord Krishna. The other most important way is to service with humility and always be remain grounded. In Mahabharata, before the battle, both Arjuna and Duryodhana went to Lord Krishna for his help. That time Krishna was sleeping, so Arjuna seated at the feet of the Lord Krishna, whereas Duryodhana seated at the head of the Lord Krishna. Therefore, when Krishna got up, he saw Arjuna first. So he given a chance to Arjuna over the Duryodhana to wish whatever he wants. What this story tells us is that when in our life, if we remained grounded and service with humility, Lord Krishna's blessing would always shower on us. So, what is to be done to get closer to Supreme Lord Krishna? Answer is service with humility and always remain grounded. अन्ये च बहवः शूरा मदर्ते त्यक्तजीविता नानाशस्त्रप्रहरणा सर्वे युद्धविशारदा. Dedicate this life to Lord Krishna. When Duryodhana got Narayani Sena, whereas Arjuna got Lord Krishna, Duryodhana was very happy. The reason behind Duryodhana's happiness that he was under impression that Pandava got only Lord Krishna, who had assured that he will not battle himself. He will not pick up any weapon in his hands. Duryodhana, with his limited understanding and knowledge about Lord Krishna, unable to realize the importance of Lord Krishna's presence with Pandavas. We also, in our life, with our limited knowledge and understanding, doesn't realize and or recognize the importance and impact of doing dedicated bhakti of Supreme Lord Krishna. Therefore, we have to read, listen stories from the scriptures so that we will get right path which leads us to reach Lord Krishna's dham. So how can we understand Lord Krishna? Answer is simply start reading and listening Srimad Bhagavad Gita and all other scriptures. अपर्याप्तं तदस्माकं बलं भीष्माभिरक्षितं पर्याप्तं त्विदमेतैषां बलं भीमाभिरक्षितम्. Never underestimate others. Before the battle starts, Duryodhana went to Guru Dronacharya and start explaining about their own army and comparing with that of Pandava's army. While explaining about his own army, he had feeling of pride and along with that overestimating their own strength and power. When he start comparing strength of his own army with that of Pandava's army, he had underestimated strength of Pandava's army. Duryodhana's conversation with that of Guru Dronacharya was showing that Kaurava only had all great and powerful warriors like Bhishma, Dronacharya, Krupacharya. Due to this unnecessary pride, Duryodhana unable to understand and see the real strength and power of Pandava's army. The same way, we are also in our day-to-day life underestimate others. Of course, we can compare, but never underestimate others. When we know real strength of our competitors and of any other, we would able to plan accordingly and move ahead. So how can we progress and do better than others? Answer is focus on your own strength and weakness and never ever underestimate others. अयनेषु सर्वेषु यथा भागमवस्थिता भीष्ममेवाभरीक्षन्तु भवन्तः सर्व एव हि. Fear and confusion. Conversation between Duryodhana and Guru Dronacharya before the battle shows the feeling of fear in the mind of Duryodhana. The reason behind this feeling of fear in Duryodhana's mind was he knew the fact that even if he had great warriors like Bhishma, Pitamaha, Guru Dronacharya, Krupacharya, they all were physically with him, but from heart they were all with Pandava. Whereas conversation between Arjuna and Supreme Lord Krishna before the battle shows that feeling of confusion in the mind of Arjuna by way of whether should we battle or not. This conversation also shows the feeling of fear in the mind of Arjuna in a sense. If we battle, we will become the reason of death of all these elder ones, and that will be sinful to us. What Lord Krishna tells Arjuna that forget everything and just focus on me. In our day-to-day life, we also went through number of such kind of situations of fear and confusion. To overcome this, we must focus on Supreme Lord Krishna and start doing early morning Nam Japa before we go into this material world. So how can we overcome feeling of fear and confusion? Answer is focus on Supreme Lord Krishna and start doing early morning Nam Japa. तस्य संज्ञनहर्षं कुरु वृद्ध पितामह सिंहनादं विनुदेश्य शंखदश्मो प्रतापवान्. Our actions are expression of our mind. Before the start of the battle, Every warrior blown the conch shells. The each conch shell sound was different than the other. The each sound denote an expression of the mind of that particular warrior, like feeling of fear or confusion or courage or pride. The same way in our day-to-day life, our actions are the result of what's going in our mind. Our actions, mood, expressions, behavior speaks louder about what is going in our mind. If we want our actions, behavior, expressions become positive, then our mind should be free from feeling of fear, confusion, stress. When our mind become calm and peaceful, then the same feeling will reflect automatically in our actions. To keep our mind calm and peaceful, we must practice early morning Nam Japa regularly. So, what needs to be done to keep our mind calm and peaceful? Answer is regularly practice early morning Nam Japa. ततः शङ्कस्य भैर्यस्य पनवानकगौमुखः सहसैवाभ्यहन्त्यः स शब्दस्तु मलोऽभवत्. Relationship based on benefits. Before the battle starts, Duryodhana went to Bhishma Pitamaha and Guru Dronacharya and tried to polarize their mind about Pandavas. Bhishma Pitamaha, Guru Dronacharya were knew the real intention of all Kauravas from their childhood. Kauravas maintaining each relationship only for the sake of benefit of having Rajasatta, whereas Pandavas had no such kind of intention while dealing with everyone. In our life too, we have to be very careful from such kind of toxic relationships. And we also keep ourselves remember the fact that we on our own should also not behave like Kauravas in any kind of relationship. Relationship based on any kind of benefit will not give us good results, and also the said relationship will not long last. So, what is to be done to have strong relationships with everyone? Answer is give place to Supreme Lord Krishna in your heart. ततश्वेतयुक्ते महति स्नयन्दे स्थितो माधवः पाण्डवस्यैव दिव्यशङ्को प्रदन्वन्तु. Lord Krishna as our charioteer. We all knew that the chariot of Arjuna was driven by Lord Krishna. When Lord Krishna given the choice to Arjuna between Narayani Sena or himself to choose, what Arjuna chosen was that to Lord Krishna immediately without any hesitation. What happened after that is everyone of us knew. While living, we also knew many facts truth, but what happened is many times we don't act upon it due to our limited understanding and knowledge. If we want to walk on path of dharma in any field and give justice to it, then make Supreme Lord Krishna as our charioteer. However, Lord Krishna become our charioteer only when we become devotee like Arjuna. Endeavor to have qualities like Arjuna. Called Lord Krishna from your bottom of the heart, he will be happy to become our charioteer and lead us on path of dharma. So how can Lord Krishna become our charioteer of life? Answer is we must endure to build qualities like Arjuna and call him from our bottom of the heart. He will appear. पांशजन्यं ऋषिकेशो देवदत्तं धनञ्जय पौण्ड्रं धर्मो महाशङ्क भीमकर्मावृकोदरः. In the humbleness. In the battle, Lord Krishna accepts a wish of Arjuna and agrees to serve as charioteer of Arjuna. This very act of Supreme Lord Krishna shows us his humbleness. While living our day to day life, what we lack is this humbleness. We have every quality in us like courage, power, intellect, but if we are not humble, then in long term, all these qualities have no use. Supreme Lord Krishna, by his own act, shows us that whoever you be, you must be humble in our material world. While interacting with others, we forget humbleness due to our so called material post designation. If we are not humble in attitude, then no one would respect us from their heart. People may respect us under the fear of our past and our designation. That respect is for that post or designation and not to us. To bring such qualities in us, we must read our scriptures and listen stories based on such scriptures. So, how can we become humble? Answer is read and listen stories based on scriptures. अनन्तविजयं राजा कुन्तीपुत्रो युधिष्ठिर नकुलः सह देवस्य सुघोषमणिपुष्पको काश्यश्च परमेवेशास शिखण्डी च महारथ दृष्टद्युम्नो विराटस्य सात्यकिश्चापराजित द्रुपदो द्रौपदय्यश्च सर्वस्य पृथिवीपते सौभद्रश्च महाभाऊ Shankadvamu Prutak. Educate children from childhood. Here, education is not meant to any kind of academic education. Here, education means sanskar. Raja Dhritarashtra failed to do right sanskar on Kauravas. If he did so, then Mahabharata would not taken place. In our life too, as a parent and elders in the family, we have a prime responsibility to do right sanskara on our children. We not only just tell them what is right or wrong, good or bad, but our actions must speak louder than our words. Dhritarashtra's attachment to Rajasatta overpowered his intellect, and in effect, he just went on agreeing for whatever Duryodhana was doing. We must also stop saying yes to every demand of child. Children should also learn to hear no. So it is more important to bring and or give place to spirituality while performing our day-to-day activities. So how can we do sanskar on our children? Answer is be spiritual and start doing sanskara on children from their childhood. सघोषो धार्तराष्ट्राणां हृदयानि व्यदारयत नभश्च पृथ्वीं चैव तुमलोऽभ्यनुनादयन्. Fear and afraidness. Before the battle start, when Kauravas blown their conch shell, no one was afraid from Pandava's side. But when Pandavas started blowing their conch shell, Kauravas and their army got afraid. This indicates that if you are not on the side of truth and or you are supporting adharma, then whoever you be, feeling of fear and afraidness should be present in your heart. Pandavas were not feared and or afraid due to Lord Krishna's presence on their side. Therefore, in our life too, if we give place to Supreme Lord Krishna in our heart, then we also become free from any kind of fear and afraidness. Surrender to Lord Krishna so that He will be permanently stayed in your heart. So, how can we keep away feeling of fear and afraidness? Answer is surrender to Supreme Lord Krishna. अथ व्यवस्थितां दृष्टा धार्तराष्ट्राङ्कपिध्वजः प्रवृत्ते शस्त्रसम्पादे धनुरुद्यम्य पाण्डवः ऋषिकेशं तदा वाक्यमिदमाह महीपते. Pride should not go into the head. How Hanuman became part of Arjuna's chariot flag. There was a story behind it. When Pandavas living in the forest, one day Draupadi had desired to have scented flower. He requested Bhima to bring these scented flower so that she can present it to Yudhishthira. So Bhima went on long in forest in search of those scented flowers. Midway, he met with very aged monkey. Bhima didn't want to cross him as he was elder one, and Bhima feels that it would be disrespectful if he did so. So he requested that monkey to lift his tail so that Bhima could move ahead. But monkey refused to do that as he told Bhima that he was too aged and tired and unable to lift his tail on his own. If you can, then please lift it. Bhima got angry and he started telling that monkey about who he is, whose son he is, and how much power he had. But when he tried to lift that monkey's tail, he failed number of times. Then Bhima realized his mistake and requested that old age monkey to come in his own original form. After that, Hanuman appeared and advised Bhima that never ever pride should go into your head. That time, Hanuman blessed Bhima and Pandava and agreed to become a part of Arjuna's chariot flag. This story tells us that how can we keep ourselves away from any pride, and once we away from it, how can blessings of God and elders one become part of our life? So what is to be done to keep ourselves from feeling and pride? Always remember ancient stories and lessons from it. सेनयुरुभयोर्मध्ये रथं स्थापयाम्युत यावेददेतानि रक्षेऽहं योद्धोकामनमनस्थान् कैमर्या सह योद्धव्यं स्निरं समद्युम्मे. Observation and distraction. Before the battle started, Arjuna asked Lord Krishna to take his chariot at middle of two armies. From there, he wants to observe both the armies. He wanted to know who was battling from his side and who was against Pandavas. After observing both the armies, Arjuna was got distracted. His mind started wandering and at the end he got confused. He was unable to make a decision as whether to battle or not. Due to confusion, he got stressed and started giving excuses and reasons for not to battle. He surrounded himself to Lord Krishna and asked him to help out. At that time, Lord Krishna sung a Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita helped Arjuna to overcome his distraction and confusion and given him ultimate clarity. Therefore, in our life too, we must first observe, and whenever we become distracted and are confused, then we must surrender to Supreme Lord Krishna for his help. He will definitely appear. So, how can we overcome distraction and confusion? Answer is just surrender to Supreme Lord Krishna. योऽस्यमानावेक्ष्यहं य एतत्र समागतः धार्तराष्ट्रस्य दुर्बुद्धे युद्धे प्रियशिकार शिव. Dharma plus truth is equal to victory. When Arjuna's chariot stood at the middle of two armies, what he observed was Bhishma Pitamaha, Guru Dronacharya, Guru Krupacharya were stood against them to fight. Even then, Bhishma Pitamaha, Guru Dronacharya, Guru Krupacharya, and like others warriors present in Kaurava's army, what they lacked or didn't have was truth and dharma at their side, whereas foundation of Pandava's army was that of dharma and truth. When foundation is strong, then structure based on the said foundation will definitely long last. Lord Krishna is always stand and support to dharma and truth. Dharma and truth takes time to establish, but it always does. Therefore, in our day-to-day life too, we must not leave side of dharma and truth. Whatever may be the situation, at the end, Dharma and truth always wins. So how can we walk on path of dharma and truth under unpleasant situations? Answer is just close your eyes and remember Supreme Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.